Good evening, class. So I wanted to make a quick video talking about nitrogen balance, whether it be equilibrium, negative or positive. So for instance, let's say we had just a person, I don't know, and so we have nitrogen coming in through their food. So nitrogen in, and also whatever comes out into their so this pen sucks. It's a new pen and it sucks with that. Urine, feces, skin, sweat. So nitrogen is excreted from in various ways. Sorry. However, our primary ways are going to be, of course, feces and the urine. So this is nitrogen out. So basically, what goes in comes out. Now let's look at equilibrium. So equilibrium is simply initial amount, initial minus the final, okay, which will come to 0, right? So what comes in is equal to that of what comes out. That's equilibrium. That means that the body is in a very much a maintenance state where nothing more is required and nothing more is utilized. So it's actually the perfect amount this person would need. Now let's look at negative. So negative nitrogen balance. This is initial nitrogen minus the final nitrogen is equal to, it's going to be a negative. You could consider this to be a negative number because the amount that you consumed is actually less than what you excreted. So more is excreted than consumed. And remember that protein is reflected by the nitrogen content, which is, so for every 1 gram, it's going to be 16% of that 1 gram is nitrogen. Now for positive balance, this is initial nitrogen minus the final nitrogen equals positive value. So it's going to be less is excreted than consumed. And the reason for this is because, let's say for instance, we have a child. This child is growing at a fast rate. They have a higher protein requirement. Thus they will, keyword here is they will retain more. They retain more nitrogen. Thus they're in a so-called positive balance. If you give them more, they're going to retain more and thus excrete less. So the amount that was consumed initially in this circumstance is actually less than what was the amount excreted is less than what was consumed. So just as an example, let's say we have we consumed 150, not 150, let's say we consumed 25 grams of protein, which is just 16%. I'm going to do this real quick on my calculator. So it comes to 4 grams of nitrogen that we consumed. Let's say, for instance, that I end up excreting let's say I excrete 10 grams, however, what does this mean? This means that I'm in a 4 minus 10 equals -6 grams. I'm in a negative state. That means I actually I lost more than I consumed. Okay, so that's all it is. And for positive, you would just do the opposite. Hope that makes more sense, and good luck. See you tomorrow.